What's up, people? I'm sorry for the wait, but I made you a video, so let's get to it, alright? So it's legitimately been months since I've made a video with any of my electric stuff, and I think we're gonna change that. We're gonna get right back to a video. Basically, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go race my electric Thumbstar 140 with the Electro&Co kit in it. We're gonna go race it against I hate to say it, but a highly modified drag gas moped. Here, I'll just throw a little clip in of it. Before we go race, it's been months since I made a video, and some of the reasons why was because I got this thing. This is a Plymouth Grand Fury, a 1985, and it's got something special in it. So lo and behold, it's a 6.0 LS. This is an LS swap Grand Fury, and might get into some drag racing with it. It's got some big slicks in the back. It's got ladder bars on the bottom. The thing is pretty wicked. If you want to hear what it sounds like, I can start it for you. But basically, I guess give a thumbs up in this video if you want to see more content with this thing. It's definitely possible to do. You get the idea. So like I said, drop a thumbs up if you want to see content on this stuff. I could do that. I could take you through the journey of the LS, because this thing runs on E85 and it's pretty wild and it's got a big cam in it. Now let's go drag race the electric bike. All right, so we made it to this shop, but before we go in there, let's just make sure this thing still works, because it's been a while since I've driven it. Got a nice full charge on it. I'll give you guys a little breakdown on what's on here for all you new people. Maybe we'll do that first before we make the run. So what we got is a Thumbstar TXS 140. This was a gas dirt bike that I did the conversion to make it electric using Electro&Co's kit. What it is the QS V3 motor. It's a gear reduction motor. So there's a gear reduction here, which helps the acceleration and makes this thing powerful. It's very fast. Over here we got a LiPo 22 amp hour battery. This is from Electro&Co. I'm gonna put the links in the description below of the website. And also, I do have build videos of this thing. So there are videos that I did where I showed you how to build it from start to finish, and I'll put that in the links below. But if you haven't, go watch it. Go back to my channel and watch them. You'll see more about this bike. So with that being said, I've had this bike going on 11 months. It's almost a year, and I've had no problems with it, other than one thing. Actually, I'm going to show you guys this. With this QS motor, for some reason right here it's leaking oil. I'm gonna have to take the bolt out and try to reseal it. Maybe it's just something going on with the washer or something underneath it, but it drips oil. That's the only problem I've ever had with the setup so far. Everything else has been flawless. Electro&Co knows what he's doing. He's got a good setup out there, so this is well worth it. Let's warm up the tire and we'll do some pulls. All right, let's do some hole shots. Ready, set, go. Alright, so I've seen that scooter that we're gonna race in action, and the thing is really fast, like really fast. So it's gonna be a really tight race. I'm gonna have to keep this thing fully charged to get the max potential out of this electric dirt bike to have any chance of beating the gas thing. I love this thing. I haven't ridden it in so long, and it's so fast. This is the best dirt bike ever. If you ever thought about making an electric dirt bike, definitely do it, because it's definitely worth it. It does wheelies. Like, you can just chill on this thing. All right, so I hear the scooter. It sounds like they pulled it out of the garage. We got Drew, we got Nick, and we got the scooter. Does it run any better?
Yeah, this That's a pretty good hit.
Alright, let's see this thing in action. You got no idea how loud that thing really is. Oh my god. It's still messed up though.
Yeah.
It's still got that bog in the beginning.
But it just didn't.
Alright, so it won't really be a fair race if we put this thing up against that thing in the current condition. So they're gonna keep like test tuning it to get it to hit a little harder off the bat. But I'll show you what they're trying to fight and the difference when you want to drag race using a gas engine versus one of the electric things. Alright, so when you want to get into the drag racing, it's all about hitting it off the line. And with a gas engine, it's hard to do. So these things use this centrifugal clutch setup where the engine can rev up, the clutch will variate the speed to the rear, giving you hard acceleration on a small two-stroke. When you work with the electric stuff, you get the instant torque off the bat, so you can jump off the line very hard and you don't have to do that whole torque conversion thingy to get power when you go electric. So this thing could hit off the line very hard. Hopefully you'll see it very soon, but they're trying to make that one hit hard also, try to fix the problem it has, because there was a point where they were hitting this thing and it would do wheelies. It's insanely fast. I've seen it. Keep you posted. All right, round two. How do you want to do it? Like 1, 2, 3? Ready? Set! It got it off top! Yo, oh my god. That thing is long. You got it up top. That was solid. Alright, so they're doing some more adjustments to the moped, but I took the draggy and we can make some passes with the electric dirt bike just so you get an idea of the 0 to 30 mile an hour, 0 to 60. I think we'll get a 1/4 mile time in here, but let's warm up the tire, we'll make a pass, and I'll show you the draggy at the finish line. The hardest part with this thing is keeping the front down, so all your weight forwards. Ready, set, get in it. Oh, I had a little bad start, but we're going. Shift that way back. All right, that's an 8th. Woo! So that was an 8th. Let's see what the draggy says. 2.21 seconds, 0 to 30. 8th mile and a 10:48. So this thing rips actually. This thing is wild. You see how fast these electric things are? Now you guys know. Let's go do another pass. We'll go shoot back with it. See if we get the same exact numbers or not. I wouldn't be surprised if it's super consistent, because I can maybe get it a little faster because I can come off the line a little harder. But for the most part, that's the max power of this bike. I think I'm pretty much at the limit. But I could actually get a way better start, I think. So hopefully I get that right now. Do a quick warm up of the tire. Oh, creepy. Okay. Ready? Set, go. Oh, that was a better start. All right. Woo! That was crazy. I love this thing. This thing is honestly the craziest thing I've ever built. Oh, let's see what those numbers are. Oh my god, again with the pocket thing. So the first time it was a 0 to 30 mile an hour in 2:21. This time coming back, we got a 0 to 30 in 2 seconds flat. Look at that. And then we got a overall 8th mile and a 10:40. Before we had a 10:48. That's pretty consistent. All right, so before we go drag race the moped, since I have the draggy and all this information from these last 2 runs, I'm just going to break down some charts that we got from the draggy. Looking at this chart right here, this was the first pass I made, so this is the slower of the 2 passes. This is when we did the 8th mile in 10:48. Within that 8th mile, we have a top speed of 53.28 miles an hour. Now, it's a little strange because the bike does 55 miles an hour, and this is showing 53. That might be an average speed. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to look into that. But what's happening is I'm maxing out the bike before the end of the 8th mile. So I feel like maybe 200 feet before the end of the 8th, I'm fully tapped out on the bike. The bike cannot go any faster. So I already hit the peak and I'm just kind of coasting to the end of the 8th. That's what's giving us the 10:48 number. Now, if you look, it did a 0 to 60 foot in 2.14 seconds. We did a 330 foot in 6.28 seconds. That was the slower of the 2 runs. Now for the second run that we did, which was a little faster, we were able to do the 8th mile in a 10:40. This is where it gets a little interesting. In that 10:40 run, the top speed was 50.2 miles an hour. Again, I think that might be an average, and that might be because I'm like letting off or something. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there because I know the bike does 55. But that being said, we did a 0 to 30 mile an hour in 2 seconds flat, and that was 0 to 60 feet in 2.6 seconds. So that's really good, strong acceleration out of the thing. I just need more top speed. I need enough top speed to get past that 50 mile an hour mark. I would like the thing to be re-geared to get into the 60s, maybe even the 70s. The thing I want to work with is being able to keep the really hard acceleration while gaining that extra top speed. And for that, I'm going to have to talk to Electro&co, so I need some help. Hopefully I'm not limited to the power of the battery, which I feel like it is. Maybe it could be just a controller thing, but I would like a little more oomph out of this thing. More for top speed, maybe a little down low. I don't know. We'll talk it. This bike's very consistent. I feel like a lot of the electric stuff is going to be very consistent. You get rid of a lot of variables when you go with the electric because you just kind of just punch it and go. As long as you can keep the front tire down, you're good. So that being said, I'm limited to 55 miles an hour. This scooter that we're going to go drag race very shortly can go upwards into the 70s. So I can only beat him off the line, but I'm going to ultimately lose on the top end because he can outrun me. But it still makes for some interesting racing. That being said, I'm sorry about riding at nighttime. It's hard to see, but we kind of ride out of daylight, and I kind of just want to make this video for you guys. So it's a little impromptu, but let's go drag race the thing. Ready? Could go up to 55 miles an hour. That thing definitely does in the 70s. I get him off the line though. What kills me is he sits in the normal scooter position and he's flying by me and so much faster. Alright, ready? Set, go! I got him on the start! Oh, let me have it. And I think that's we're gonna call it quits. This thing just threw the belt. It's making too much power. It's got it on the top end. It's definitely faster than the electric dirt bike. This thing stops at 55 miles an hour. That thing definitely gets into the 70s, I think. If not, I don't even know. But 0 to 30 feet, I think the electric bike still got it. He's got to work on his starts. But when he does get that all figured out, it's definitely gonna be faster than this. So let's go back home. See you guys later. It was good racing.